Hold up. Let's try something different. Hey everybody, and welcome to KingKraft Rewind. In this limited series, we'll be diving back into some of the seasons of KingKraft that we did not record or stream the first time around, starting today with Season 4. In this first episode, just to keep episode lengths manageable, we're just going to focus on the spawn area. And then next episode, we'll check out people's bases and the theme park and other stuff that was built away from spawn. Season 4 began in the summer of 2017, so keep that in mind as you see some of the builds you're going to see today. Season 4 had a lot of problems. Where the season before began on an island which kept us all together at the start, Season 4 started in a huge mega taiga biome with no world border to keep us nearby. We used some custom generation settings that have since been removed from the game, like large biomes, so that people looking for specific biomes for large builds would have large areas to work with. What ended up happening was that everyone started by leaving spawn to look for an area to build. With everyone away from spawn, activity quickly dwindled over the first few months and became a season of spurts. A handful of members played regularly throughout the season, with another handful being really active for a few weeks at a time. It is hands down one of our least active seasons, but it taught us some lessons which we've utilized in seasons since to help keep the SMP experience more fun for everyone. All of that said, we did do some cool things in Season 4 that are worth showing off. We'll start here in the center of spawn. The plan was to have a town square surrounded by these English row house type buildings, and in this square would be all of our standard community builds, which we'll take a closer look at now. Now for the fun part for me, I don't have to remember what I'm supposed to say. I get to just walk around and re-experience everything like it's for the first time, for your benefit. I don't know what that blank is over there on the right side. I've tried to get rid of it. I don't know what it is. Ignore it. It's fine. So, I'm going to miss stuff. I'll just start with that. It's going to happen. It's not a slight to anyone. I just don't remember. It's been, what did I say, 2017? And it's 2024? It's been a while. So we'll just, we'll see what we see. This this was recorded. The 2 or 3 videos I recorded in this season, I think this was one of the first things we did, and we're in creative just for ease of seeing things. But this was just meant to be like a little statue to mark the center of a spawn. People would spawn like on these dirt platforms, I believe. I could test that, but I won't. And at some point somebody moved the spawn enchanting station in here. I definitely don't remember who built what. Maybe I do. We'll see. The portal we showed in that last KingKraft video. Unicrafting guy built this. Do I need first person? That's fine. Unicrafting guy did the spawn portal for this season. Organic, overgrown, rock, very cool. This was our community mine. I think Zach and Evil Mini-Me, he's not a member anymore, but had to design multiple layers down where people could branch mine out depending on what material they were looking for. Pick a layer that ore is most likely to generate at. Mine, and then they could dump their stone or whatever else they wanted to donate in this item elevator. It would go up, and there's a water stream that takes it. I think it's behind there. Where does it come out? I think that's it up there, behind those trapdoors, into the community storage. Like I said, we had a job board. People could post stuff they wanted help with. And then here we had the community storage, had a donation point, and it went down into a bunch of chests that you could get to down here that the people running the community storage could go through and sort. Hardened clay, ice, bone blocks. Sort it for people to go through and pick what they needed. I think Doombringer did this build, if I'm not mistaken. Next over, we had I think this was the Goodwill. And I want to say Blind Mask built this. Blind Mask also still not a member. Free saddles. But this was more for, whereas community storage was for like blocks and stuff, this was for items. I think we had armor, some enchanted books, that kind of thing for people to, everything is free to take, but only take what you need. Enchanted tools. Yeah, I want to say this was like I think we had the build for a while. And then we decided to make it that. So I feel like this was like a end of season type thing. I don't know. Leo built the what did we call this? They're like shop stalls where if you didn't want to build a whole shop, and this is something I think he did it in season 3 as well. You could claim one of these little stalls and kind of theme it to what you were selling. Like Dory was selling slimes. Somebody was selling eggs. I had a shop, grass and things. Grass and grass. And then up here we had our post office, which Sin built. Sin the Dane. You come in here, claim a mailbox. You could put a banner down. Where's mine? And put something in, and then it lights up to let you know you've got something. So Creeper, Creeper had some stuff. Who else has mail that I can check for them? Sin, Dragonhead, King Crackle. I think he's repurposed this build at least once since this season. He styled it differently. I think he turned it into like a Roman type build. And then these, I built all of these. They were just, I guess I didn't say that, I built some of this stuff too. Yeah, I built this soul stretch here, and I think a couple of them are decorated. I think a couple were claimed for shops, but they didn't end up being used a whole lot. King's Tavern, I don't remember. I may have done this, I'm not sure. If someone else did it, I'm sorry. Hemsey had a shop here, was selling blocks, some books, that kind of thing. And die. Looks like a dye shop was here. Crazy. Or Omer, as he makes us call him now. What else was up here? Oh, the spawn map. Probably would have been a good place to start. I don't have, I guess I have zoom. We didn't have spyglasses back when this was a thing. So we're here, and we started there. We went around the loop. There's the post office, and came back here. Okay, so that's the immediate spawn area. So now we'll pick a direction and see what's there. So I think there are the fewest things to see to the north, so we're going to start this way. Bug had a couple farms that he built here. I think one's for cobble, the other one's for smooth stone. These statues you're going to see, we'll explain those real quick. This is Dory's here. And past seasons we had big monuments, all the statues lined up together on either side of a really long reflecting pool or something like that. And the UHC records would be stored on a wall behind them or something like that. I said that twice. That's fine. Um, this time we decided to do something different where each player statue would be on a custom pedestal. You see Elf is on like a stump and Uni's just on the ground. I'm not sure. I think Uni built his own statue. I think that's what happened there. But they could build like a pedestal that would better represent them and have them, the whole package more themed. And then their UHC records, they could decorate the inside too. And any trophies they got during UHCs or other activities on the server. I don't know that we had started that in season 4 yet or not. But the plan was for them to kind of act as landmarks around the server, or around spawn rather. They're kind of tall, and if someone had a shop, or if you were trying to help navigate somebody around spawn, most everyone knows each other's skins, so you could say my shop's over by Gazmo, or there's BK or Uni, there's Bug and Elf, Sin's over there, and there's several others scattered around. I don't think we got all of them done by the time we ended the season, but there's quite a few of them. But if we go down here, we have Antler Lake Park. This is an area just north of spawn. You see the farms are right there. That Uni claimed kind of right at the beginning of the season. He had a vision for it, and he wanted to do a nature trail lined with custom trees. That he did custom tree tutorials for a while. You can probably still find him on his YouTube channel. He's still making YouTube videos, so I'll pop his channel right here. Pop, there it is. Okay. Got a couple shops right here. Rocket Plaza and the wood shop. I'm not sure which is which. This is the wood shop. But yeah, Uni just had a trail up the hill over here. I contributed, oh boy, but this was before we had the 6-sided bark block, so don't judge. This is one of those 2017 disclaimer builds. But like a little swampy build with some cypress trees and cypress knees and cypress stumps, and there's a little cascade here down to more swamp with cypress knees and cypress trees. I think I did these as well. They were meant to be like tall stuck on cypress. Redwood trees, like tall with clumps of leaves at the top. This is just a decorative like silo build. I don't think there's actually anything in here. Had a little overlook here, scenic overlook for the lake down below, and this was Uni's house. He decorated and I guess is abandoned. That's too bad. So that's pretty much everything to the north of spawn. We've got Omer's volcano build he was working on towards the end of the season, and Bug was also working on a church next to his player statue. That's some BK redstone right there. So we'll head back towards the center and probably head to the east. Okay, so there are 2 paths that lead east from spawn. We'll start with this one. I think this path leads up to Gazmo's spawn house. It's a kind of a modern, futuristic type build with a AstroTurf lawn. Wraps around the side. Some built-in greenery. Doesn't look like he did a whole lot inside. Got a nice rug and bed situation, but what more do you need? Goodies. And this path leads down here. Yep, to a bridge. And this was our sheep farm. I have no memory of this. Okay, the sheep pits. Yep, just nothing fancy. I don't know. I don't have a 7-year-old memory. Maybe better sheep farms existed at that point, but this worked out pretty well for us. I think we just had people, swing by when they were in the area and shear everything and store it. But There's the sheep. Up here, the Welsh Gentlemen's Club. Oh dear. I think Sin built this. Oh no. So if we take the other path east from spawn, I think we've got a potion shop. I'm not sure whose this was. Bottomless brew. Oh, excuse you. Bottomless brews. Inventory is located on upper levels. Fire resistance. Okay. Were there prices? Who cares? I'm not here to buy. If we continue on this way, I think this was a glass shop. Leo's glass shop. Leo's would-be glass shop, maybe someday. Cool build. Very glass heavy. Makes sense for a glass shop. What else? I think if we go... Oh, okay, this way. There's one more build down this way. Hang on. It's kind of a trek. All right, so this is probably my favorite build that I've ever done in my Minecraft life. No one else seemed to think it was very cool, but I loved it. One of my one of my favorite hobbies is going gem mining. Like you go to the place and you buy a bucket of dirt, and then you sit down in this trough of running water and you pour the dirt into these little screens and you shake it and it washes the dirt away and it shows you what gems were in your bucket. I love doing that, so I wanted to find a way to bring that to... We're going to spend more time on this than any other build in this video, but that's okay. It's my video, so get over it. I wanted to find a way to do that in Minecraft, so I did this. Be careful at night. Oh yeah, it's not lit up anywhere outside of here. So you would come in here. I had all kinds of lore. Man, I went all out on this build. For just myself, apparently. It's a historic mill house. And I got, like, this is the grindstone. Like, I put the guts of it in here, the mechanics. And there's a bridge down here. We'll go over these in a second. But you had to walk all the way. What is this? See? History of the millstone. Oh, these are like millstones out of the mill. I think this is so cool. Main entrance. So you would go in here. Rock Docks Gem Mining. We had instructions. Established 1886. Please pay here before you buy. Had instructions. I don't want to break those because I'm in creative. But like I described just a second ago, you'd buy a bucket. There were different types of buckets, each with different prices. The more you pay, the greater the potential reward. What's that minecart? Oh, here's like a history guide. Oh, these were the tools for the going through your bucket. Is that just for noise? Oh no, you could get up here. Souvenir t-shirts, souvenir picks. Official miner jerky snacks. I think this is just like a diorama or something. Gift shop upstairs. So you would pick your bucket. I think there were iron buckets, gold, and diamond. And then you come out here and your bucket is like how deep was it? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 4x4 cube of mostly gravel, but some other goodies. And the goal, this was all just for fun because I was pumped about it. I was ready to give my whole fortune away, but I don't think I sold one. But the idea was that you would get back more than you paid for it. And these are the water troughs. I think, well, it's kind of the same thing I did over at my spawn house. If you want to go back 7 years and watch those, this is like a pit where all the runoff goes into, so it's mostly gravel, but you got some stones down mixed in with the gravel. And we got the sign there, it says Gem Mining with a pick and some scaffolding. Here's like a old rundown rail just on display, some mine carts sitting around just in the bushes. And then we got some just fake mining caves. They just end in a dead end. It's black concrete. So yeah, that's the whole video. I hope you guys yeah, I spent too much time on this. Let's go back to spawn and let's see what is to the south. If you head south from spawn, we've got a little pocket of shops down here, and I think a couple spawn homes. Got the pristine Prismarine pickup point. This was Gazmo's shop. This was when Prismarine had just been added to the game, so the prices reflect as such. It was a very hot commodity. Hello, puppy. You good boy, waiting for somebody. Owner Dearliest TTV. I don't remember them. I got a little mushroom farm down there. This, I think, was Baron's. Yep, Baron's spawn house. Got a cool little spawn house. It's kind of... It looks like several houses from the outside, but he's got them all connected on the inside, which is really cool. Oh, hello, bush. This is a enchanted book shop. Can't remember... If anyone... Freebies. Ooh. Lame. If anyone watches this and was a member and remembers who built this, let me know in the comments, because I cannot. We had Sin's spawn area here, just a couple little tents. I don't think he built a spawn area until pretty late in the season and just did it to fill in an area, but it works. And then we've got my player statue up here. Let's go in here. I was talking about trophies earlier. I can't remember. Okay, so maybe, yeah, I don't guess we did trophies this early. We may have been next season. But that's UHC records are all just kept in a book. And the only other thing up here was BK's Pet Rock Shop, which is, I was trying to come up with a fun way to sell stone types, which I don't know how fun it was. That'd be a cool idea to bring back on the server, though, is like a pet rock and sell like care kits. Maybe not even sell, just something fun to have people pick up and display in their area somehow. But okay, so that's, we got 3 directions. The most stuff we have to show off is going to be to the west. So we'll head back to spawn and check that out. Also, look at this big dumb cactus farm I made. A few more things before we get too far away from spawn. We got Elf spawn house and Omer spawn house. And Omer also built this big smeltery thing that we used at the very beginning of the season. I guess it's out of business now or not working. I don't know why. He also built that airship up there, and it comes with its own floating dock. It's got little balloons holding it up, which is cool. This is Omer's horse. I'm going to take it because he's not using it. And we will continue our tour on horseback. So if you head west from spawn, you go from this to this as the dirt turns to pavement. I decided I wanted to do a themed area and I wanted to do like a modern city type build. So went with this. I set up the road, and then this is one of Good Times with Scars skyscrapers. So I set that up first just to kind of set the tone for the area in case other people wanted to come out and build as well. I did decorate the inside, and each floor people could come out and claim one and decorate it. So that turned into kind of a cool collaborative build. And then we started building other builds. Good job, BK. This was like a cidery. I decided I wanted to do something like a bar type setup, but why not cider? So we got a tap room downstairs. It's kind of set up like a bar, but there's like the big copper kettle still, whatever, some barrels of apples, little tasting room, kegs, etc. We've spared no expense creating the finest living experience for our guests during their time here with us. All available units are currently free to rent and decorate as you please, so long as you keep with our modern theme. Each unit contains a large open living space and a private bathroom. We hope you enjoy your stay here at King's Tower. Elevator don't work. Spared no expense. There we go. Vaulted ceilings. So this was my apartment. Got a little modern kitchen here. Seating area, big TV. Then you've got the privacy screen with the big bed and the modern bathroom, all white. Fancy. Very fine. This was like a jewelry shop. I kind of themed this after Payday 2. Maybe not themed, but got the idea for this interior. Playing a lot of Payday 2 at the time. Just wanted to build a jewelry shop. Oh, it's decorated too. Good job, me. And then next door, I think there was a restaurant. I think it's meant to be a Mexican restaurant, but you can't do the little thing in the middle. Please wait to be seated. Got some floating tables and bar seating, not bar, booth seating. And had a little galley kitchen in the back here. It's meant to be an aquarium with the hostess stand. Next we have Gaz and Dory's nightclub. As you see, they got the lights flashing, music bumping inside. Hot place to hang out. You enter here and you'll be greeted by Nancy. Nancy? No? Okay. It's just a nightclub. It's got a light up floor, places to sit. I always liked this colorful booth seating. I don't know, just the contrast colors. The controls for the floor in there, I kind of doubt they still work after all this time, but it was cool. I got a bar here with Gino the bartender. And back around here, adults only. Oh dear. Safe. Oh, it's just card table and slot machines. There's nothing wrong with that. Carlos, hey, what's back here? Oh no. And here we've got the firehouse. The fire trucks I did not design. I couldn't tell you who did. It's been so long. But just a disclaimer. Fire pole, lockers for gear. I don't think I did a whole lot of decorating upstairs. Almost none at all. But it turned out pretty cool. If we'd had more blocks, this is what I had to work with in 2017. I had a little, like a bodega market here, or flower mart here on the corner. And then that's the cider works again. Across the street, I think... Did Leo build this? Probably. There's someone from England. I want to say Leo built this like barber shop here on the corner. And Coley claimed this at some point for Pepso? I can't remember. Coley, remind me what the name of your corporation was that we... So we'll get into it in a little bit. We'll come back to this, don't worry. Across the bridge here, Sin built this enormous bookstore. It's beautiful. It's enormous. I don't think... This was another one of those towards the end of the season builds that just didn't get finished. But it's massive. And you got all the books you could want. Well, maybe not. Yeah, okay. Yeah, wasn't finished. But it's big. And the only other thing over here, I think, before we hit the last area was another themed area that Gazmo... I want to say Gazmo was working on. This is the Asian area. Very cool builds. I don't think any of them have interiors. Oh. Oh? Nope. Nope, just cool from the outside. People don't use banners enough for details like this. Like looking at it like that, you can't tell it's a banner. It just looks like a paper panel like it's supposed to. Okay. So that's pretty much it. There's one last area we're gonna hit before we end this video. So let's get over there and check it out. Almost forgot about this horse. Okay, so the last area is down this way, and this was like my personal pet project for the last bit of the season before we reset for season 5. But this is King Street. Everything past this point along this road henceforth and thither is King Street. KingKraft's historic downtown district project by BK. If you have any interest in building or having a shop in this area, please contact BK. Some units may be free to use as shops in the future. Otherwise, please do not build in the area around this road past this point. Much love, King of Burritos. Horse, come along. So this is like, in America, every little town has a historic district, which is where the city started. It's got the oldest buildings, usually the smallest buildings before, they were built before technology and building allowed the buildings to go above a certain height. So, once skyscrapers were invented, the city center was moved somewhere else. But I wanted like a historic district where we could have smaller, more like buildings with more character to them, like a historic Main Street, if that trips any triggers. But this is where King Cola, I told you we'd get back to this, where the headquarters for King Cola is. Can I get a lead? I need to tie you up so you don't get lost, buddy. Precious cargo. So King Cola and insert name here of Coley's competing soda brand at the beginning of the season. There was a rivalry, and we didn't flesh out the role playing for that. Probably because I was a party pooper about it. But I did build a build for it. It's like a drink plant. I don't know. No, there used to be water bottles that would continuously slide out of there, and this was like the bottling plant. I had these drink machines set up all over spawn. King Cola and King Cola Extreme. Oh yeah. 2 iron ingots. See, they were so cheap. Oh. They were just speed potions. They were just to help people get around. And I think maybe that was in the next season. Yeah, I brought it back in season 5 and added some new flavors that they're just different potions. Skipped by a few things as we came through. Sin took this building over as a slime shop. Had plans for this to be a furniture shop, and that was going to be a diner and a pharmacy down there on the end. These were all going to be apartment buildings, I think, with the balcony there. I don't know what I was going to do with that. Here we had a coffee shop. It was called Brew Boys. I had to look up all of these things. My coffee experience is pretty limited to cup of muffins, tarts, bagels, eclairs available. Very fine. Oh, that's a flavor or extra shot, 65 cents. Almond milk, 65 cents. The Brew Boys are bougie. Got a little outdoor seating area here. We'll just stay on the side of the street before we go across. This was King Street Records. So this was a shop of mine. You could I got into making custom playlists using the records. So I'd edit the OGG files for each music disc to be music, like real music, real songs. I had several like pre-made options, and then I could do custom. Let's see. We had One Hit Wonders. Good Old Days, which was like the 40s and 50s, 90s boy bands. Personal favorite of mine. Cluster Pluck. There was some country music, and Katy Perry had her own playlist because Katy Perry. Christmas music, always a hit, and then custom playlist. You could make your own, or you could pick a genre. I'd put one together for you, or you could just give me a list of songs, and I would create the files that you could plug in and have those records play those songs. Just had some. Oh, I sold note blocks too, apparently. One emerald for 15. That's a deal. What a steal. Also sold jukeboxes. And upstairs were the records, which I had decked out like a record store. I think they're all sold out. I did sell the actual records though. But the ones that are Who Let the Dogs Out? Copyright strike. They're all sold out. Mambo number 5. What we got here? Oh, try it before you buy it. This was something fun. There's data packs that do this for you now that are a lot less work. But it was cool back in 2017. And last on this end of the road, we had, I don't think I named this. But it was supposed to be like a karaoke bar. We got the stage down at the far end, got like a VIP seating here with the same bar that we had over in the cidery in the bigger city part, and then a bunch of just like booths facing the stage. Got a DJ booth over here on the side and some speakers and some mic stands for very tall people. Meant to be like, that's the historic, I don't know what you call that, some kind of paneling. But it's very detailed, and that's as close as you can get in Minecraft. And then we've got this cool outdoor seating area here. We'll see this kind of set up again in season 6. I kind of brought this build back and updated it and revamped it and made it look a lot cooler, I think. But to finish up this area across the street, I was going to continue down that way. I had plans, but I think it was update 1.13 was coming, and we just decided we couldn't update to 1.13 because we used the custom generation for this seed. It wasn't going to allow us to update to 1.13 and keep the seed, so we were kind of forced to reset, which ended up fine. I think season 5 is probably our biggest season overall, and wouldn't have happened without having to reset this. Yeah, just finishing up. There's just 2 or 3 more, maybe 4 more shops on this side of the street, and then we're done with this area of spawn. That's the annex. We'll start with the main pet store coming soon. These are hamsters. We were going to add, so yeah, I was getting ready for 1.13. We're going to have a fish section in here. Loose scoop pet food, cat toys, leashes. We're just going to sell leads. These, I guess I was going to sell these, air quotes, sell. Like just sell the designs like IKEA, I guess. But pet beds and play. It's like a igloo doghouse. Adoption hall. I had some dogs, a cat, and some rabbits, little wall feeders, and cat bed and cat tree, I guess is what you call those. That was the pet store. Next to the pet store, oh, we had some upstairs shops. Second story. I didn't write that. Let's see. Oh, bookstore. Yeah. I think I built and decorated this, and then Zach maybe took it over to sell books. Oh, snap. Zach, log on to season 4. You have diamonds. And then up this way was a experimental shop where I was gonna sell wallpaper. Ooh, and concrete. Splash of color. So I mean, the concrete, everybody loves concrete, but I was also selling these wallpaper that it's just map art. I had big map trays that I just filled with the color, and it's a way to add color without needing a full block. But also at the very end of the season, where most people had just stopped playing for the season, so sadly didn't get any use. At the top here, I don't think we had anything. Just space open for somebody to come in and fill it with a shop. And next to here, we had the rolling pin. It's just a decorative bakery build, but I think stuff was for sale, but who would buy bread or cookies or cake? Warm cookies. Hot pumpkin pies. You got to use adjectives to sell them. Temperature is big on baked goods. Cakes, 5 iron per cake. Didn't sell any of these because it doesn't say hot cakes or warm. Hot cakes are different. But we had like, it's all decorative. Got a little like baker's oven where you can slide it all the way in there. That's pretty cool, huh? It's just cabinet area. Can I slide through? Cash register. I got into using cocoa beans as like wall art. For some reason. Oh, it's like clouds in the sky. Is what that was meant to be, like a cool custom printed ceiling. And I think the last build we had was Papa Juan's Pizza. To avoid any trademark, got the PJ logo on the back, big brick oven pizza, assembly line, and some tables and shelves for store. Oh, that's the bottling thing next door. And that is King Street. Also, Uni built this storage unit shop where you could come and rent out a storage unit if you needed more storage around spawn, but didn't want to build a place to house it. For Omer's peace of mind, I did return the horse. But that is going to be it for Season 4 Spawn. Next episode, we will leave Spawn, check out the Nether Hub, and go see some player bases and what we had of a theme park and whatever else we can find. So I will see you then. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Whoop, that's my feet.